Hey guys, I have two Shabby Chic projects I'd like to share with you today that I created just a couple days ago when I actually had some time to make something, which I was excited about. So I created a Christmas ornament for the Christmas tree, which I actually just hung in my room. So didn't go on the Christmas tree, but I want to share it with you, and I made an altered box. So I'm going to start off with this altered box, and let me just go down a bit. That way we could see this in gorgeousness. So the box is covered using the paper line is the My Mind's Eye blush collection. I think that's what it's called. I'm not 100% sure. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's a blush collection. And I really like this floral print paper on the front. I think it's like a vintage wallpaper looking design. And then I have some stripes on the side and then just some plain up here. And I wrapped the whole balsa box. This is one of those balsa boxes from Michaels, and I also did the bottom of it. And I just took this button tab off of the front and painted it using the vintage white acrylic paint from Folk Art. And then after I had everything done, I inked all of the edges using the vintage photo distressing ink from Tim Holtz, and that's what all this brown edging is all along there. And then I kept the brown cord because I like the contrast of it, so that was actually the cord that came with it. And then on the top here I did some fun embellishing. So this back piece here is some lace from Webster's Pages, and I can actually go grab a piece really fast. Sorry about that, guys. This is what the lace looks like. It's originally looking like this. I love this lace. I think it is so pretty. It has like a soft mesh and then some sort of snowflakey pieces. I don't know. They kind of look like snowflakes to me, but here, this is what it looks like. I'll put it like over the lens. That way you can see the whole thing. It's really, really pretty lace. So, Webster's Pages lace, and I sort of just placed it down and gave it a little bit of a ruffle. I put a strip of my sticky strip across it, and then I just sort of ruffled it on there, and it turned out like that. And I kind of like the little touch of shabby chicness, I guess, it gives this item. And then I added this I Am Rose's trellis rose, which has the white and then it has the pink on the end. And I tipped the tips of it with the brown, the vintage photo distress ink and a distressing tool. And then I love this flower. I think it is so pretty. It's really dimensional also. It adds a great dimension. And then before I layered any of the flowers, I actually used two Prima leaves. These are burlap leaves. I hope you can see the detail on those. And they have a brown tip to them, and they're green. And I sprayed them first with the chalk colored chalkboard glimmer mist. And then I used my finger and kind of dipped it in the vintage white acrylic paint and ran it over the top of them. So it kind of gave it a bit of a white shabby chic look. And I stuck those two down. Then I put my trellis rose down, and I put this Prima flower back here, which is just a random, just one of the flowers from the Essentials tube. And then this is a pink Prima classic rose, and a little Prima bling. And I've always talked about these blings on my videos, on my Prima videos, but can you see those are like disco balls? Let me show you guys really fast. Look at how pretty these blings are. I want to show you up close. Aren't these the most amazing blings ever? And they have them in so many colors. They look like this. So I totally suggest these are the Satan crystals are the new ones. So pretty. So I just kind of added those in there just for a little bit of sparkle. As you could probably see, there's some sparkle here, some sparkle here. There's also a bit of sparkle right under there. So it just added a little bit of sparkle. And then this seam binding is some of the scrunch, or what is it called? What brand is that? Hug Snug, I think. Seam binding, and I just sprayed it with my chalk glimmer mist, crinkled it up, and heat set it myself, and then I kind of took it and I wrapped it like this. Let's just say this was a seam binding. I wrapped it like this, and then I took a piece of cording and I tied a knot in the middle, so it kind of held it in this bow shape. And then with the cording, I strung on a little button, and I just stuck that in the center. Well, I kind of tied it on, so this is tied on to the piece. And I put a little pink Prima rose again, and this is a blue colored I Am Rose's Cherry Blossom from the Assorted Blue pack that has an assortment in it. And this is a little Eiffel Tower charm. I hope you can see that. It's right there. The Eiffel Tower charm was actually just a charm, and I cut the top off of it. Then I just used my sand file to sand the top of that, the very tippy top of the Eiffel Tower, just to make it smooth. And then I added a key charm as well, and that's just, both these charms can be found on my Discount Charms Etsy shop, which I will link in the description box below. We have over 400 different charms to choose from. And that's really the whole box, you guys. It was very simple. It did not take long at all, but I think it looks so pretty. And the inside's just plain, so I could put some stuff in there or whatever I want to do. So that's what it looks like, everyone. Really love it. And now let's go into my ornament. So the ornament was made using the Tim Holtz caged bird die. So I first cut out the caged bird die, and I used the same exact collection. It was that blush collection. And this time I used this, I hope you could see it, it's kind of subtle, but it's like a light blue and a white striped paper, and I cut it out, and then on the back side I used this sort of damask looking paper, and I cut it out and adhered the paper to both sides. I inked around the edges with the Vintage Photo Distressing ink. And then after that, I sort of just played around with embellishments. So I started off with this, a bit of this cording, which I always get questions about where I get. And it looks like this, you guys. I picked this up at Michael's. It's in the jewelry section, but it's like a paper cord. So it actually keeps its flexibility compared to just like a normal cording like this. See how it just flops everywhere? This one actually keeps its shape, which I really like about the that cord. So I put it on here and kind of just put it in the background, so it adds a bit of body to it. And then I made a little nest, and the nest was again made using this this really pretty Webster's Pages trim, and all I did was I rolled it up like this, so just like that, and then I adhered it and stuck it down to the back, and then I added two little doves from Carla's Etsy shop. I actually have them right here. Let me show you one, just so you can see. This is one of the doves. It looks like this. Super pretty. Carla gave me these when we were at a crop quite a while back, and I just had them sitting here. So I put two of them on top of the nest, and I put a little pearl back there, kind of as like a little egg maybe, or just for a bit of pearlized look. And then I added on, I really love how this flower sort of props up the nest. I didn't have it first, I just added it, but I really like how that looks. It's one of the rubber daisies from Prima Classic Collection with the blue tips. And this is a cherry blossom, which I actually cut in half. Can you see that? I didn't want it, it wasn't going to fit, but when the daisy petals cover up, you can't even tell. And then I added on this really pretty blue cabbage rose from the Prima Classics, and the pink rose, and pink rose are all from the Prima Classics as well. And then I took the little vines. You guys have probably all seen this from Marion at A Piece of Craft. But these are the little vines, and I just kind of twizzled them up, or, you know, rolled them up and then stuck them in there. And I took a butterfly charm. Again, I cut the loop off. I used these amazing, these are the Bind It All cutters, and these are amazing cutters. I really like them, so I highly suggest these cutters. So I used those Bind It All cutters to cut all my metals, and I added on the butterfly here, I added on the sunflower back there, and I added on a leaf, and those are, again, all found at my Etsy shop. It'll be linked below. And that's really the bottom base here. Oh, and I added on this light blue colored I Am Rose's cherry blossom in there. So that's the bottom of the ornament. And then when you get to the top, I added on another one of the birds, but I just kind of stuck it in. So it's popping out of one side, but it's in there like that. And then there's a rose on top and a little bit of coil. And then at the very top, I took some pink Hug Snug seam binding, and I sprayed it with the Marshmallow Glimmer Mist. And then it has a little bit of shimmer to it. I don't know if you could really see it. And I crinkled it up, and I stuck this resin cabochon cameo that Nancy over at Going Crazy sent me. She made them in her melting pot, and it's so pretty. I hope you could see the detail on there. I sprayed it with a little bit of Lindy Stamp Gang Scintillating Silver Moon Shadows. And then I just added a bit of twine at the top, so it can hang on your Christmas tree. I thought it was really fun. So those are my two Shabby Chic style projects, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some inspiration to create some of your very own Shabby Chic projects. And don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't already, just click the subscribe button right up there. You'll receive videos right into your YouTube homepage. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, everyone.